was my Tim Robbins from Shawshank Redemption when he was escaping through the sewage. I mean, I'm not really an actor, but I play one on TV, so that's why I don't really look that good when I'm acting. Bret Michaels, on the other hand, that boy good. We'll talk a little bit about his acting career. You mentioned you're good friends with Charlie Sheen, you have your production company.
Right.
You were able to sit down and write, direct, produce, star in, do your own stunts for A Letter from Death Row.
Right.
What made you decide that you want to take that leap and get out of music, get into acting,
Right.
make a movie?
Well, I never, and just so you know, with making music like making a movie like A Letter from Death Row, I never want to get out of music. In fact, I knew when I started it that I would definitely do the score to it, write the score, get to do the soundtrack, you know, do my own tunes and stuff like that. And for me, like I told you before, being creative is what it's all about. It's about sitting down with a guitar and playing. It's about writing. It's about, if you think of something, I think there's a lot of really talented people out there, and the problem is that they hear a couple people tell them, oh, that's not so good, and they let that eat them up. Me, I'm the exact opposite. Someone tells me something sucks, it makes me fucking get madder and work harder at it and find a way to do it. And I just wrote a script. I wrote it by pencil because I can't type, you know, so I'm putting the lines, you know, I'm looking at the way a script is, and I just did it, and that's how it turned out, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome, like you said, to be able to take something where you have something in your mind, you're trying to be creative, and you go into something else and you just do it.
Right, and that's the toughest thing, man. When you're doing something, I always try to tell people this, you may have a great song in your mind, but until you fucking picked up the guitar, the piano, and write the shit down, and believe me, the first couple drafts of it are never going to be exactly what you want, you know, but then once you get doing it, and it was a great, I never went to film school, so basically I paid to go to film school. I made my own movie, and fortunately A Letter from Death Row ended up doing real well for us, and a showcase bought it, and it did really well for us, and then we got to do No Code of Conduct, which I wrote and directed, and then we got to do Free Money with Marlon Brando and Mira Sorvino. So you had to start somewhere. And that was a good starting point. I really learned, and I made plenty of mistakes making it, but it's a good learning place, good place to start.
Speaking of creativity, I don't know what future projects you have in mind, but one thing we've been throwing around at Three Guys Pickin is Bret Michaels' new movie. You got a very charismatic drummer as well in Ricky Rocket.
Right.
So you take Ricky Rocket, who is a hairdressing animal activist by day,
right,
kick-ass martial artist, detective at night.
I can live with that. We'll throw him in. I hear a plot line coming.
I think we can do something.
I think we might be able to. We can make a move. We're going to green light it. I've learned a Hollywood language now. Green light it, run it up the flagpole, see who salutes it, and if it all goes good, then we'll make the movie.